Today in the news we got folding phones, performance issues, and the death of a game. What's up guys, I'm Snows and this is your boot sequence. The Samsung Developers Conference brought us a lot of new information on what they have been working on. Let's start with the obvious one, the foldable phone. We didn't actually see a foldable phone. I mean, the lights were dimmed down and the device was hidden in a sort of box case that prevented us from seeing the frame of the phone, but the screen was displayed in all of its glory. I honestly love this concept so far. Instead of opting for a screen with a fold on the outside of the device, Samsung went with a dual screen device with the larger screen folding inwards. This will prevent the device from having super wide bezels when folded like the FlexPi from Royole. The crease on the display seems to be super tight, which means that it will either have a really small folding radius on the outside or that the phone will be rectangular. Whether it's the Galaxy F or Galaxy S, this device is sure to shake things up in the smartphone game. They were able to thin down many parts of the display to prevent it from being worn out when it's folded. The Infinity Flex display will also come in rollable and stretchable designs. This means that Samsung is going to have some fun with their smartphones in the next few years. Then we had something quite interesting coming from Samsung. Remember their ingenious ad that mocked Apple for having a notch?
Oh no. They come here all the time.
Yeah, that one. Well, it seems like Samsung is jumping into the fray with 3 notch designs for their displays. We have the Infinity V, which is sort of a pentagonal cutout for the camera. The Infinity U, which is very similar to what the Essential phone had. And the Infinity O, which detaches the notch from the outside of the display to have a floating hole for the camera. They also mentioned the new Infinity display without a notch, although it's unsure if their under-panel sensor technology is meant for that yet. These 4 Infinity display types are just around the corner and might be coming next year to some of their smartphones. What are your thoughts on this? Are these small footprint notches acceptable? I mean, I don't mind the UV, but the O is kind of distracting in my opinion since you can't really hide it in the UI. Let me know down below your thoughts on those. Lastly, during their conference, they talked about Bixby. We now know that it's open to third-party developers thanks to the Bixby Dev Studio, which is great, but you know what is even greater? When Adam Shea, the CTO of Viv Labs, turned a piece of duct tape into a tie on stage at the conference. Roll it!
And with the help of all of you out there, this seemingly basic utility can finally transform into something significant, something important, something real that will become a new paradigm.
Moving on, it seems like the whole Cortana communicating with your Echo will get much simpler. Alex is now available for Windows 10. While she was available in some Windows 10 laptops, she can now be downloaded directly from the Windows Store. Amazon says that PC-specific capabilities will be added in early 2019, in addition to ongoing feature updates. This makes it the only assistant that doesn't require you to purchase any specific products. I wonder if Microsoft had something to say about that. I mean, it's only been a few months since Alex and Cortana were able to communicate. And yes, I say Alex to not trigger yours. Hopefully it's not triggering it. In gaming, Activision says that Destiny 2 is not performing as well as we'd like. With the Forsaken DLC out, Activision Bungie thought that they would see a big re-engagement from the community, but it seems like it's just not enough. Currently, Destiny 2 is free on the Battle.net app until November 18th. That might be an effort to build a bigger core audience, although it does not have any recent DLC included. Personally, I downloaded it, but I don't plan on buying any DLC or passes with it. What about you guys? Have you downloaded it yet? Are you getting some of the passes or DLC? Let me know down below. Also in gaming, it seems like Final Fantasy 15 is now over. Square Enix was supposed to deliver more DLC throughout the years, but after their reported $33 million loss yesterday, the publisher had a live stream to announce that those DLCs are now cancelled. There is one DLC that is presumably complete and will still release next year, but after that, no more updates or development on the game. The game director, Hajime Tabata, chose to resign following the news, leaving his own studio, Luminous Productions, without leadership. Apparently, the cost of setting up his own studio under Square Enix was a part of the multi-million-dollar loss. Anyways, that is pretty much it for the news, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. You know what to do with that like button. You can click right here to see the latest video and right here to subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. As always, stay frosty, and I'll see you on the next one.